Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English. In our today's video, we are going to talk about the life and achievement and also the popularity of a very famous Assamese singer, that is Zubeen Garg. Now, few days back in Singapore, unfortunately, Zubeen Garg died. So that is why we are going to discuss about him in our today's video. Now, the notes that I will be utilizing in the session, if you want to download them, they will be made available on a particular Telegram channel. This is called as ATS Live. So just open your Telegram app. On the top right hand corner, there's a search bar. Click on it and write ATS Live. You will find the channel. And while you're at it, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. Let us start by understanding why we're talking about Zubeen Garg today. Now, the popular Assamese singer, his sudden demise in September 19th in Singapore naturally caused a lot of heartbreak in his family as well as his lacks of fans in the state of Assam. Now, from a North Indian perspective, you must have seen or you must have heard Zubeen Garg based on his popular song that was song called as Ya Ali, which was from a Bollywood movie known as Gangster. Now, he did not have a lot of very popular songs in Bollywood. So, people who are hailing from different parts of the country other than Assam, they must be wondering why is this person so popular and so loved in the state of Assam. Now, to help you get this idea, I've decided to do this video. And in this video, I will tell you his personality, his kind of a talent and his kind of an approachability that made him so coveted in the state of Assam, that people are so heartbroken because of his untimely demise, right? Now, when his body was flown back to Guwahati airport from Singapore, naturally lakhs and thousands of people thronged the roads which connected the airport to the place where his body was kept. Now, this actually made you aware of the kind of popularity that Zubeen Garg had in Assam. But there was very good reason why he was so popular, especially among the youth, and not just youth. People belonging to different generations, they loved Zubeen Garg equally. So let us understand what was the reason behind it by one and each and every factors. Now, this was the singer we are going to talk about, Zubeen Garg, who unfortunately died on September 19th in a swimming accident in Singapore. Now, why was he a cultural phenomenon? There are very good reasons for it. First was his rootedness and his identity. Now, you need to understand he became very popular in Hindi music industry, that is in Bollywood, after his hit from the movie Gangster, that was the song called as Ya Ali. Now, this immediate success that he got in Bollywood, naturally you'd think a singer would want to cash on this success by singing more songs, by getting more money, by getting more popular. But not Zubeen Garg. He chose to come back to his home, Assam, rather than staying in Mumbai and making more money. And this what separated him from other singers of his generation. Now, to know Zubeen Garg more specifically, you need to understand his place in Assam's culture. Now, he was committed to, first of all, further the Assamese culture, its language, its cinema, its music, and he wanted to bring a world-class sensibility into the regional media. So, whatever he learned from his experiences by singing songs in Mumbai, he wanted to replicate the same by enriching and by making Assamese music and cinema much more better. And this is one of the reasons of his popularity, that a son, rather than cashing on his success, decided to return back to his home state, that was Assam, which was the first reason why he was so popular. Second reason was that he was very versatile in music and he also innovated with his music quite frequently. First of all, he sang a wide range of songs. If you the total amount of songs that he has sung in his career, it amounts to more than 38,000 songs, which he sang in as many as 40 languages, including many dialects of Assamese language. And the genre in which he sung songs included folk music, romantic music, pop music. So there was no genre popular or a song which was not sung by Zubeen Garg. So his versatility, his immense talent, his way of singing songs, and he sung so many songs that made him so popular. Similarly, he used to frequently move between the genres. So, for example, on the stage, he moved very easily from singing folk music to romantic numbers on the same stage in just a matter of seconds. Now, how many singers do you know are equally good in singing folk songs and they are equally popular by singing romantic songs? Not many, right? So, this is what made him unique, that his ability to navigate between different genres as different as folk music and romantic music, right? Similarly, he also innovated frequently. recently, right? He infused Assamic musics with the glamour and higher production values that he understood from other musical industries, right? So he lifted the expectations that people had from regional music. People, after listening to Zubeen Garg, did not like other singers. They expected the kind of quality that was delivered to them by Zubeen Garg from the other artists. So in a way, he elevated his quality. He elevated not just his standard, but the standard of the entire Assamese musical industry. Similarly, he also infused Bollywood-like flavor in the production. Therefore, he made Assamese cinema as well as its music more competitive in nature, and this more competitiveness nature of Assamese music attracted a lot of audiences, not just from the native Assam but from other states. People liked hearing this music, even if they are not able to understand the language. So his popularity, his talents transcended the linguistic barrier, and this is what enabled him to sing songs in as many as 40 languages, because other music composers wanted him to sing their songs, right? So this was his music versatility as well as the innovation that we were talking about. Now let us talk about his emotional resonance. Now let me give you a very simple example. How many of you have heard the Bollywood singer Arijit Singh? Any idea which is the most popular song of Arijit Singh, or what made him that he is today? That was the song called as Tum Hi Ho from Aashiqui 2. Now the ability of Arijit Singh when he sung Tum Hi Ho was that his appeal or his song in a way brought a kind of emotions that people hadn't experienced before. So when a singer is able to get certain emotions out of you which you had no idea existed, it helps you resonate with that singer. And the same kind of an ability Zubeen Garg also had, and that is why he was described as Assam's OG pop balladeer. His influence not just cuts across the existing Gen Z and Gen X population, but it spreads across the various generations of Assam. Now his music or his songs carried what was called as raw emotion, and this is what made him connect with other people so easily. So when people were hearing the songs, they were able to get certain kind of emotions that they were not able to get it from other singers, and that is why they become hooked to Zubeen Garg, right? And it was not just, I'm not talking about his technical ability or his style, but his relationship, his relatedness that the people got, his emotion, that the emotion that Zubeen Garg carried away at the time he was singing the song, it resonated with the people who were listening to this song. So this made people addicted to the artist, right? Similarly, he had a very integral presence in Assamese culture. He sung a very popular song in Rongali Bihu, right? And in Rongali Bihu, this song has become so popular that people of Assam, they equate the festival with that of the song which was sung by Zubeen Garg. Similar to what Chhat song has been made popular by the singer who died very recently, Srimati Sharda Sinha, right? So Srimati Sharda Sinha's song of the festivals Chhat made her so popular that the song sung by Srimati Sharda Sinha became equated with the festival of Chhat. Similarly, Rongali Bihu, the song that was sung by Zubeen Garg, was made popular just because he sang that song, and people of Assam, they equated the festival with his voice. So this was the kind of cultural presence that Zubeen Garg had in the entire culture of Assam. And you have to understand, Rongali Bihu is one of the Assam's most popular festival. So this was the kind of emotional resonance that the songs of Zubeen Garg had with the Assamese people. In addition to that, there were other many factors also. First was his authenticity and his personal sense of style. Now, if you look at most of the costumes that Zubeen Garg used to wear in his performances, he had a very distinctive style. He used to carry a guitar, he used to wear a hat, a coat over his shirt, which had folded sleeves. Now, sometimes this was replaced by traditional garments like gamusa or a bandana, and this provided him a visual elements that almost became his signature style. So all this kind of a fashion sense that Zubeen Garg carried with himself was replicated by the youths of the region. Also, his quirkiness or his different style, which was somewhat unusual in nature, combining Western dress with traditional dresses, it helped him stand out among the different artists or the peers of his time, right? And therefore, he not just was an artist, but he also created an image, or he also cultivated an image that he lives as per his own identity. He created his own style, which became his trademark, which became his identity. So that is how people resonated with him. You will only resonate with an artist who is original, who does not copy or imitate anyone. And this kind of a look provided originality to Zubeen Garg's voice and made him so popular among the youth. Also, you have to understand his personal style, or his kind of a singing was very much attracted or very much developed based on his personal lived experiences. Right now, he also faced certain personal tragedies in his personal life. For example, his younger sister, she died unfortunately in 2002 in a car accident, and this unfortunate event changed him personally, and people saw vulnerability in his voice, which reinforced his signs of authenticity, right? And the lyrics that he used to write for his songs, it reflected the life, struggle, hopes of Assamese people. So people used to relate with the songs that Zubeen Garg used to sing, and this gave different demographics, be it Gen X, be it Gen Z, be it older generation people, something that they can relate to. So it made him more relatable, made him more authentic, gave him certain kind of an aura which the other artists in his generation did not have. In addition to that, he also took very frequent positions on a very politically touchy topics. Now, he was very vociferous, he was very vocal on key issues that plagued Assamese society, be it issues of environment, be it political issues like CA protest. He took public stance, and which made him separate from other artists. Now, if you look, most of the popular artists, they avoid navigating the tricky minefield of politics because otherwise it would harm their business. But do you think this kind of a image would affect Zubeen Garg? No, he was very authentic, he was very vocal in his protest, right? So this showed people that he did something, or he raised his voice for something which he understood was a right thing to do, and he did not let money, business to come in between to whatever he felt personally. Similarly, as an artist, he also had a very generous style. He used to help young artists financially, he used to help them morally, and he used to also recruit younger artists in his cavalcade when he used to make stage performances. So this played an important role, that he played as a mentor to budding artists. So this created a sense of an relatability with other people. This gave an impression that he was something who wanted best for music, and he was not afraid in letting younger artists take the stage. He was not afraid in mentoring them, and he wanted best for Assamese music, right? So there was a thing that I read it and I thought I would tell it to you. He was rather of an exception rather than a norm, right? So he was a one where he acted as an exception to the rule, right? So what would you normally expect out of a conventional artist? They would pursue a national fame, right? Who doesn't want to earn more money, right? Similarly, artists, if they are very successful, they would mostly remain silent on social issues because it would create problems for them in expanding their businesses, right? Similarly, they would compromise their individual sense on identity to get more and more fame. They would do what the public relations manager would do, or they would suggest them to do, right? But Zubeen Garg was neither one of them. He stayed local. He gave away, or he did not pursue so many dreams or so many offers that were offered to him in Mumbai. Rather, he decided to come back to his own home, that is Assam. Similarly, he did not remain silent on social issues, howsoever controversial it might be. He did not compromise his identity, his sense of quirkiness just to get more fame. So these kind of conventional norms that might apply on one artist did not apply to him. So this gave him a separate identity. This reinforced his authenticity. Therefore, he turned down many offers in Bollywood, which many artists would rather not. And especially after attaining a pan-India success, like the success he got from songs like Ya Ali. And it underlines his priorities. So that is why the most famous work that Zubeen Garg is known for in Assam is due to his contributions in movie like Anamika and Maya, right? But for northern people, they are mostly knowing him because of his contribution to Ya Ali. But my point taking this video is that you have to know what were the reasons, what was the contributions that Zubeen Garg made that made him so popular in the state of Assam, that after his death, so many people thronged the streets and his songs continue to stay timeless even after his demise. Understood? Now, the notes that I had provided in the session, you can download it from the channel ATS Live. And if you are considering for UPSC preparation, please do consider taking admissions in StudyIQ courses. We are offering courses in English, that is in bilingual batches, in English specifically for students from Northeast, from Southern states, and also in Hindi for Hindi medium students. Now, to take admissions to any of our courses for 26 and 27, what you have to do is go to our website, make the payment, but before making the payment, just remember one thing. You have to use the code called as ATS Live to get maximum discounts on all the courses. So if you use the code ATS Live, you will get maximum discounts on not just UPSC related course, but also state PCS, judiciary and option subject courses. And the course for 2027 starts at 27,999, but you'll get this rate only after you apply the code ATS Live. And once again, this is the channel from where you can download the notes ATS Live. So we'll see each other again. Please have a very good night.